Hello, how are you today?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. What's your name?
I'm Candace Royce.
And where are you from?
I'm from San Angelo, Texas.
And currently you're in Midland?
Correct.
When did you come here?
I got here about like 2 months ago. I got out of jail and I didn't have a way back to San Angelo, so I'm stuck here.
Why'd you go to jail for?
I had a warrant. I was in prison and they picked me up from prison, and then I went to jail and now I'm homeless.
Have you been homeless all your life?
I've been homeless for about like 12, 13 years, a long time.
But in San Angelo you're homeless?
Yes,
Is
sir.
there a population of homeless people in San Angelo?
There is.
What would you say about San Angelo compared to Midland?
Maybe the characters of the people. You know, it's pretty much the same structure, the same aspects, but it's the attitude of the people, I would say.
Oh, you have any kids?
I have 4.
Where are they now?
They're with my sister-in-law.
In San Angelo?
By Amarillo.
Do you ever get to see them?
No, I haven't seen them in 13 years.
What ended up, getting you into being homeless?
I discovered means and I couldn't get off, and so instead of being high and around my kids, I chose to leave. And so I haven't gone back because I was sober for like a year, because I got pregnant on a one-night stand, and so I changed my life, and I was pregnant, and then the baby got placed with my sister-in-law, and so now, I don't have her, so now I'm back on dope. So
What's your choice?
means
Is it easy to get out here?
yes, and a lot of people are. It's easy for the girls. They have it kind of made. If they'll put out some or maybe do a little sex, then they're gonna get whatever they want. And that's just the way this life seems to be like.
How do you make money to support your habit?
Honestly, I really don't. I mean, I've done a little chicken every now and again, but I don't like to. It's not my favorite thing. I don't want to be labeled as a whore. And so
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Are you a Christian?
I am.
Did you ever think that your life would turn out like this?
No, I did not.
Where do you see yourself in a few years? Do you have any hope at the end of the tunnel, or where do you see yourself?
I can't really tell you. I honestly don't know, because I have to live second for second sometimes, and so day by day is really a jump, to live by whenever it's second by second. And so it's just like, I want my kids back, I want a husband, I want a house, I want all that. It's just, I don't know, I got the shitty end of the stick, so I'm sorry for cussing.
It's all right. And how long you been in Midland?
Well, like 2.5 months, give or take.
Oh, so you came from San Angelo straight to Midland, 2.5 months here.
Well, I was in prison, and then I come from prison here to jail, and then I got out.
What did you get put in prison for again?
For drugs. Yeah, I was in prison for drugs, and then I had a warrant, and so they brought me here, and then I got out, and I didn't have money to go back. So.
How long did you do in prison?
6 months.
Was it hard for you?
Kind of, I pretty much just stuck to myself. So.
How was a women's prison in Texas?
It's kind of hard, if you're not with the right crew or with the right people that like you, people are going to jump on you.
Is it segregated based on race?
No.
No?
No. I mean, maybe in the bigger prisons, but I was just in like a holding prison, a holding facility prison, and so I don't really know about like the real prisons or whatever, but
Yeah.
so.
How did you end up growing up?
I mean, it was pretty normal, I guess.
Can you put it back across your chest?
Right there?
That's good. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It was pretty normal, I guess. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I don't know, my brothers were rowdy, my sisters, they kind of stuck to themselves, so I'm a loner, I've been my whole life, so.
Was there any abuse in the house growing up?
I was actually assaulted
At what age, if you don't mind me asking?
from the ages of 4 till I was 12.
By who, if you don't mind me asking?
My dad. My dad.
I'm sorry to hear that. You know,
Thank you.
we're against that, especially as Christians. But what did that affect you in your life?
You know, I like to think it didn't, but it did, you know. And so maybe that's why I'm not like sexually active, you know, like, because I see some girls that are very sexually active, and I'm like, well, what do they have that I don't, you know? But then I'm like, well, maybe it was from trauma and from the abuse, you know, of growing up.
Did you ever tell your mother what your dad did?
Whenever I was older, I did, and she just didn't believe me, you know, but whatever.
Did it make you look at your dad a certain way?
Yeah. And then he did it whenever I was at 21 once. He did it then too, so it really kind of f***ed me, you know, so I don't even call him. I don't look him up on the online, on Twitter. Yeah. I don't even look for him on Twitter or whatever, you know, he's not important to me, so.
And what do your family and friends say that they know that you have these allegations against him?
Well, they don't know, just my mom. You know, I never talked about it. You know, I don't know if I was ashamed of it or not, but a part of me believes that he did it to my kids. I just don't have enough proof. Yeah, I just don't have enough proof, you know, and so until proof pops up, you know, I can't go and run and tell, you know.
Have you forgiven him?
No.
Will you ever forgive him?
No.
Thanks for your honesty. What would you want to happen to him?
You know, I deserve justice, you know. Anybody that's taken advantage of like that, you know, you start to belittle yourself and start to believe that you're not worth it and stuff, you know, and I know I'm worth it, you know, and so I have days of doubt, but whenever I pop right back up, you know, I'm good to go, you know, so.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Did you ever think that you'd be in this predicament being homeless?
No, sir. No. It's not a lifestyle I would choose. You know, it's not like I would wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to go be homeless today. You know, because it's hard. You have to fight for your meals. You have to fight for safety. You have to fight for a place to stay, you know, and if you're not spreading your legs or giving something, nobody's going to help you, you know.
How does someone find themselves homeless? Is it like a process, or can it just happen overnight? What do you think?
It can just happen overnight, you know, because it just depends. It's all up to that person's choices and what they did, you know. Like, I'm not too sure, but as my story, you know, I walked out or whatever because I was on drugs. I didn't want my kids to see it. So it kind of was an ongoing thing, but whenever the decision happened, it was like right then, like overnight. You know what I mean? So.
How was your first night being homeless? Do you remember?
I slept in a box in Odessa to stay warm because I was cold.
And when you woke up, what was the first thing that came in your mind when you woke up?
I don't even remember. You know,
Were you on something then?
Yes. Probably worse than I am now, you know, so I don't remember.
Do you think that's what helps, you know, keep people down, you know, homeless is their addictions because they just go from day to day getting high?
Honestly, I would have to say I don't know. I mean, because every story is different. You know, that's held me down, and it's been a huge fucking like obstacle to overcome, you know, and whenever I did overcome it, I fell right back down, you know, but that shouldn't discourage me to try again to get right back up. You know, I'm just being lazy and right now and stuck, you know, and maybe I'm going through like some self issues or something, but once I pop right back up, I should be good, you know.
When you're in Midland, how's the homeless population situation in Midland compared to Odessa and even in San Angelo? Is there a difference, or it's all the same?
Pretty much all the same. You know, the only thing I would say about San Angelo is they don't have a homeless shelter. It got shut down. So I'm like, where do your homeless people stay? So
Where do they stay?
Under bridges, at the park. You know, it's really hard there. you know, and I thought here was hard. Oh, no, it's not.
Where do you sleep at night here?
Just anywhere. Anywhere. Yeah, anywhere.
Do people walk out and see you, or?
Well, I haven't had that happen yet. So, I usually find somebody with a motel room. It's usually a guy, you know, and I go with them and stay warm, you know.
What's one of the hardest things of being homeless?
Probably the loneliness.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't have, like, any friends. Like, I have, like, acquaintances or whatever, but I really don't have any, like, friends.
And then
you know?
you're with Cowboys. Is he a good friend of yours?
He has been since I've been out, you know, and so he is one person that I can rely on. And so I do appreciate everything he has done for me, you know, so.
What do you think about people that say that, you know, you got to work for your meals and you know, do you think that people that panhandle, do you panhandle?
No.
What do you think about panhandling compared to just being homeless? Is there a difference, or it's all the same?
I think it's all the same, because if you panhandle, you're probably homeless, you know, and so that's the same story as being homeless. The only thing is you're holding a sign up at the stop sign trying to get money.
And why don't you do that?
Because I don't think it's somebody else's job to hand over their money to me, because I'm going to go spend it on drugs. You know, why should they pay for my drugs? They don't even know me.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Yes.
Do most homeless people, when they panhandle or ask for money, what do they ask for money for?
Food or shelter, or maybe depending on the amount, you know, if it's a couple dollars of food or a drink, maybe $20, maybe, hey, I have so much amount, I just need so much more amount to get a motel room, you know, so.
And do you think they panhandle for?
Have I?
No, do you think they panhandle for?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they do.
If you could say anything to your kids right now, what would you tell them?
That I love them and I miss them so much. So.
What would you say to anybody out there, you know, it's on the verge of being homeless or is homeless, or someone just watching? What would you tell them?
Just make better choices. You know, it's not a place to be. You know, it's cold at night, and the other night it was so windy and cold. I thought I was gonna freeze and die. Yes. It was cold.
And what did you do at that moment?
I just shut the door and was thankful that I had a motel room that night.
Have you ever been close to death, or had a near-death experience out here in the streets?
I have, you know, just hanging out with the wrong people and doing the wrong choices will get you caught up real quick. And, you know, if you're making bad choices, and you can tell you're making bad choices, why not fix it, you know? But then I'm like, well, look at me, I haven't fixed my choices, and I know I'm making bad choices. So I'm not a judger, you know? Who am I to judge? So I'm like, well, what do I need to do, God? What's wrong with me, God? Please fix me, God, you know? But
What's your choice?
means.
Is it hard to get out here?
Not really. Not really, you know.
Do you go through withdrawals?
Most of the time, no. You know, since I've been homeless this time, I've had drugs every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Yes, every day.
How do you get them?
Friends, people that I know, just whatever.
And how do you get the money for it?
Most of the time, they usually have it, because I never have any money.
Yeah, because you said earlier that you don't really.
Right.
Do nothing to get.
I don't none of that.
So you would think that they're your friend and they're around you, and you're a female, you kind of get it more easy.
Right. Yeah, I think so. And that's why I would say women have it a little easier than a man does. But I don't know.
Is there people from different countries, I would say illegal immigrants, that are homeless? Have you seen that?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
You know, I don't know nothing about that.
Okay. I guess any final words you'd have for the people right now?
Just if you're going through something, just try to make the right choices, you know, because it could always, like, end up in a worse situation, you know? Like, I mean, I'm homeless right now. I could go to jail any given time, you know, for doing drugs or drinking or whatever, you know? So I just need to get better and stop messing around.
Okay. Do I have your permission to use this video?
You do.
All right, well, thank you. And if anybody wants to reach out to y'all, do y'all have any kind of way they can reach out to you?
I do not. But I'm always at the Salvation Army. So
Here in Midland?
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.